Hi there, and welcome to another exciting episode of God Bless America. Welcome to the first video installment of God Bless America. Have you ever said something or had a thought and then within a day or two you hear it on talk radio or hear it discussed on the news? Well, that happens to me quite a bit. That's why I started this project, God Bless America. And it happened to me again today. I was listening to Rush Limbaugh, and he was astounded by how Obama could be president for 4 or 5 years and not have to accept any responsibility. And there was a Gallup poll that showed that, well, most Americans, a large majority of Americans, disagreed with each of Obama's policies, 60% to 40%, 55 to 43, 65 to 29. They didn't associate Barack Obama with his policies. So they disagreed with his policies, but they voted for the man. And Rush said, wow, now I see how he's managed to do it, because he's always running against the straw man. He's always running against something. And then they discussed it on Fox News. Megyn Kelly did a long segment on it. Hi, Megyn. And if you listen to some of the audio installments of God Bless America, going back to 2011, I was saying that liberals never run for anything. They only run against things, because they can't run for their policies. They can't tell people, I'm going to try to destroy the economy and make more people dependent on the government. So they have to run against a perceived foe. In many cases, just the Republicans or corporations. And I've always said how you could offer the left the best states, and the so-called best states in the country. You could say, you can have California, you can have Florida, you can have the whole West Coast, the whole East Coast, New York, and we'll take what's left. Just leave us the hell alone. And the left would never go for that. They tried it in Vietnam. The communists took the North, the capitalists took the South. The North wasn't happy with that. They said, we gotta keep our guys in the South. We gotta invade the South. We have to convert them to socialism. And it's the same thing in our country. The left will never sleep as long as there are people that remain unconverted. And they often use the butt of a gun to convert people to socialism. And the thing that I found astonishing about Rush's revelation and Fox News' discussion of it was the fact that if you look at the left, you'll never hear them give an example. If you say, how much money should a person be allowed to keep? They will never answer the question. They'll use an abstract term like fair, whatever's fair. You say, is it fair that I only get to keep 37 cents of every dollar I make? Well, blah, 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 blah. Enter Jabberwocky talk. They'll never give you a definitive answer on any sort of policy. They'll just use abstract terms like fairness or equality, because they can't come out and they can't say, what we're going to do is we're going to strangle off the production of energy so that gas prices skyrocket, energy prices skyrocket, so the cost of goods and services skyrocket. Meanwhile, we're going to regulate companies so they have to decrease their profits, decrease the number of people they can hire, so people will have less money and goods will be more expensive. So what they'll do is they'll run against the corporations. They'll say, we've got to stop these evil corporations from exploiting the workers with regulations, which in turn causes companies to lay people off. Things get worse for people. We're going to impose regulations to stop the people who want dirty air and dirty water. So they install policies that prevent the production of energy, the production of goods. Costs go up. So you have people with less money things are more expensive, and the liberals will not be able to accept responsibility, or they will refuse responsibility and say, well, it's still the evil corporations that are doing this to you, running against something and thus not having to accept responsibility for the destruction that they reap. Check us out real soon here on God Bless America. I'm your host, Mike Skiba, and thanks for watching. Stay classy, conservatives.